The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff or management of Visionary Related Entertainment.
Aloha and good afternoon. Welcome everybody to Maui Nonprofit Notes, the weekly radio show where we talk story with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and their staff to find out how they're working to support the needs within our community. Maui Nonprofit Notes is generously sponsored by Pacific Source. If you're building or remodeling a home, you've just got to check out their Pacific Source cabinet and appliance showroom in the Waikapu Bayshard. I'm Susie Tiemann, Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific and President of the Maui Nonprofit Directors Association. And it's my pleasure to introduce our co-host for today, Kaimana Brummel from Hawaiian Canoe Club. You also have another name, right, for the organization?
Hawaiian Kamali'i.
There we go. I knew that. And that's the actual membership organization, right?
Yeah, that's where we get our grants, and that's our kids program, and then we are competitively known as Hawaiian Canoe Club.
Gotcha. Okay, that's the ones you always see in number one spot on the races.
Number one.
Very good, very good. So welcome. This is your first time as a co-host, right?
No, second.
Oh, is it second?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Okay, you're an old pro then.
I am.
All righty. So who's our guest
Today
first?
we have Kelly McHugh from the Hui no Eau. She is the youth and youth program and marketing manager, and we're really excited to welcome all the way from the city of Philadelphia, Eric O'Day. He's a muralist with the City of Philadelphia Mural Arts Program. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks. Cool. And you handed us a flyer when you came in, the 2012 Hui no Eau Maui Mural Project. And this is happening right here in Wailuku. So this is something we've got to let everybody know what's coming up and when they can see it, how they can be a part of it. So Kelly or Eric, which one wants to start?
Yeah, I'll start. I'll just maybe give a quick overview of the project, and then Eric can talk a little bit more about the nitty-gritty of what we're working on right now. But we've been piloting a mural arts program at the Hui for about 4 years now. We did a mural in Baldwin High School, 2 in Kamali'i Middle School, and another one last summer at the Hui with a visiting artist named Prime from Oahu. And we wrote several grant proposals at the beginning of this year to bring out the pros, so to speak. So the City of Philadelphia Mural Arts Program kind of has the nationally recognized top curriculum for engaging community to create public art programs that help identify various different neighborhoods. And we thought, let's really invest in a program like this and maybe launch a longer term public art program on Maui. So we were lucky enough to invite Shira Wilinski to the Hui this past July. She was with us for several weeks and created a mural that's on the grounds at the Hui entitled What Makes Maui Maui. And she worked with about 30 different mini consultants. So she had made various phone calls and interviewed some thinkers and leaders and innovators on the island to come up with that image work. And then when she arrived on Maui, continue to have public meetings with students and visitors and basically anyone that wanted to be a part of the program. It was a voluntary program to create that piece. And now, just a couple months later, we have Eric O'Day, also from the City of Philadelphia Mural Arts Program. And the idea was to have the first installation on the grounds at the Hui to kind of get the idea rolling internally with our arts constituency. And now this mural will be installed in Wailuku town, right on the corner of Market and Main. And we've got a bunch of partners and donors and artists and folks that have really made this dream come alive for us. And we're so lucky to be working with Eric and have been doing so for many, many months to make sure that this is relevant to our community.
A project like this doesn't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't. It takes a lot of research and a lot of conversations that we've been having for the past 3 months, and continue to have. So much like Shira, I'm in the same boat where I came up with some visuals and some concepts based off of our initial conversations. But now that the mural is going to be here in Wailuku, visually things need to change and be more relevant to the neighborhood. So we got a dose of that yesterday at an impromptu meet and greet at the Hui. So from here on in, I'll be developing the design a little further this week, and we're hoping to get started next week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next week. Will you be, when you say get started, is that something that happens down here, or will that be up at the Hui? start with?
It will be up at the Hui, and there's classes that I'm going to run with youth and adults. The youth classes are going to be teaching mural processes like gridding, drawing from a grid and enlargement, and being able to blow a design that's this tiny up into something that's 5 feet by 5 feet.
This tiny, you're talking about a 4x4 square.
Yeah, sorry, we're on the
Yeah.
radio. Yeah, a little tiny 4x4 square into something gigantic. And then I'm also teaching a stained glass course for adults because there's going to be some stained glass elements in the mural
Oh, wow.
as well. And a development workshop with teachers and other people who are interested in this line of work that show you how to. It's called Murals by the Masses, and it shows you how to develop these designs into pieces that large amounts of people can work on, and both in painting and in using tile.
So when you start to come up with your design, you're talking about just a regular old piece of paper size, something, and then it goes from there. And you were telling me before we went on the air about the material then that's used in the that you're actually painting on.
Yeah, the material that we use is called polytab, but we call it informally parachute cloth, and it's a material that was brought to Philadelphia by an artist named Kent Twitchell from Los Angeles, and it's no different than the material in the lapels of your shirt, and we've sort of repurposed it for mural making. But when you prime it, it disappears in the primer. It almost absorbs at 100%. It becomes like a movable layer of paint, and the glue that we use to install it on the wall is very, very permanent. So it's a really great method of getting people involved. In Philadelphia, we have our oldest murals used to have borders around the bottom, and that was our way of involving the community. They would paint elements in these borders. It'd be like a patchwork quilt. But nowadays, they can work on the most important imagery in a mural. And that's really vital to making people feel like they have ownership in something and pride in some work that they did, because they can actually identify the piece that they worked on. And it's not an afterthought. It is an important part of the piece. So.
And I'm curious, Wailuku Town is kind of reemerged in the last few years. There's the First Fridays event, and it's becoming more pedestrian friendly, and it's part of this new urban movement. And so it seems fitting, like a town like Wailuku that has such a strong urban core, for Maui, as far as we would consider an urban core, that
Right.
this is in Wailuku. Can you share with us a little bit what you've learned about the Wailuku community and how you plan to have that come forth through in the mural?
Well, that's still something I'm developing now, because I'm actually meeting people in the Wailuku community. But we spent a lot of time talking about the importance of water in this area, and the valley.
Yeah, and I should say that, throughout all of these months of planning, we've been primarily focused on community involvement, and finding the wall has been, obviously there's lots of red tape, kind of a political process. And while I was searching for a permit maybe 6 to 8 weeks ago, I was so lucky to get introduced to the folks that are leading the Re-Wailuku initiative.
Erin Wade
is my hero. Absolutely.
She's many people's a hero.
Yeah. So she's been a total champion in this project and has really, really helped us pave the way to get this kind of wall firmed up where it needs to be, and to introduce us to the community. We were knocking on doors yesterday, introducing everyone to Eric, inviting folks up to the Hui. Jonathan Starr has been a part of the project, and he's been incredibly helpful. Helen Nielsen, and you met so many people from the community in the last 2 or 3 days that you've been here, and inclusivity has just been paramount.
So I've heard water.
Project.
What other elements are kind of coming? It's looking for our listeners. I kind of see a draft here, but there's definitely like a strong. Well, are these like a ray of light, maybe? Or
yeah, there's sort of this ray. Kind of the way I work is very collage based, and my designs are in Photoshop. So I've been piecing together all these story elements that we've been collecting from people for the past 3 months, and it was about a lot of issues. The way I start to pull designs together is I start to take common themes that I hear from everybody, and start to see the importance in them, and then that starts to appear in the design. So elements like like let's see, like issues with development on Maui. We started to talk about like social justice issues a lot. So those were things that started to come up, and I was very much interested in the prison situation on Maui, because I'm an artist that works in the state prisons in Pennsylvania, and I have been for the past 8 years. So we started taking a look at that, and in the great distances people are separated from families. So parts of that started to appear in the design. But a lot of this can still change over the next few days as I talk to people.
And how would people be able to talk to you and get involved or communicate their vision for what might they want to see on this mural?
So the best thing to do is to kind of start following us on Facebook, because Eric's here for 2 more weeks, and this project is changing rapidly every day. But we are organizing kind of a Wailuku meet and greet, potentially for Friday evening, location to be determined. Any of these various classes that he'll be offering, and we have 2 public free paint days at the Hui next week on Tuesday and Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. And those are great opportunities just to come talk to Eric, get your hands on the mural, discuss what's happening, and he's at the Hui. We're a public place. Just come on up.
Yeah.
That's, I just marvel. Basically, what you're doing is you're learning the history of Wailuku town in 2 weeks.
Very quickly. It's not easy.
I feel a little pressured for you. But it seems really exciting that it's alive. Like, this project is very much living and evolving. And while that might pressure me out because I like a clear plan, it seems like it's going to be so much more enriched because it's open to evolvement still.
That's the hope, and I think the key to doing this is to be a good listener and to really hear what people are telling you, and especially if they feel like a direction may or may not be the right direction to go in. So it's being having an acute sense of listening and having people tell that story. And my hope is that in the end, people could see their contributions through our conversations in the final piece. That's the hope. So, and as a public artist, I kind of find myself in that situation a lot where I'm in an area, I've never been arrested, but I've worked in the prisons for the past 8 years with like certain issues there involving incarceration and repentance and things like that. And so I'm constantly in a situation where I'm out of my comfort zone. So.
And you had to listen.
Very much.
Yeah.
Right.
So this becomes a piece where you're taking the history and moving forward into a future, and you're hoping that it's like so many pieces. Everyone who looks at it's going to see something different.
Absolutely.
And then your success.
Yeah. That's kind of the wonderful thing about public art is. You and I can be staring at the same piece for years and years and have completely different interpretations of it, or take away something completely different, and that's something that works.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know if we've said for the listeners that this mural is going to be on the corner of Main and Market, so it really is in the heart of Wailuku. Does Request Music? I think that's fascinating that it's on the side of their building, because they've had a painted sign for years as well, right? Their sign was tag, basically. It was spray painted. And so I know that's not what you're doing, but it's an interesting of all of the places in Wailuku that it is coming forth on this wall.
Yeah, I have heard some stories about how that was taken down or asked to be taken down. And I think it came out later that technically they didn't have to take it down. I think they were asked, not told. I don't really know all of the ins and outs of the story. But this is a spot that the Maui County Redevelopment Agency kind of had earmarked for a mural. And we've been working with the Aluli Trust to get permission to use that wall. And technically, because we're building kind of a 1/2-inch plywood cover over that corrugated sheet metal wall, that's really tough to work with. It will be installed on the lot, which belongs to Jonathan Starr, and then rededicated back to Maui County. So there's a lot of players involved in the process. Yeah.
And in a weird sort of serendipitous coincidence, I used Google Earth to do some searching in Wailuku for walls, and we both wound up at the same wall. So sometimes those things just make you feel you're on the right path.
It's meant to be, yeah. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And we are back. We're talking story here with Kelly McHugh and Eric Oakday.
Oakday.
Okay. All right. Very good. We're talking about the mural that's going to be going up on the side of, what'd you say the name of it?
The Request Music Store.
Request Music Store.
The corner of Main and Market. They used to have a fabulous vintage clothing store downstairs.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But it's not there anymore.
It's not
but
there.
You can find good vinyl and cassette tapes, I'm sure.
Somebody was just saying all these things are coming back again. So I guess that was I didn't need to say that, did I? Coming back again. Why do we always do that?
We're creatures of habit.
I guess that's it. Anyway, so for anyone who's driving up or down Main Street, looking down, if you look down Market Street, towards the main portion of the street, you can't miss this. And I think that if you're stopped at the stoplight, you're going to get an excellent opportunity to take a look at what has evolved in the process here. Now, some of this work's going to be done up at the Hui, and then you'll be bringing it down. And when is the actual installation planned for?
We're hoping sometime along the week of the 22nd, the mural will be installed. And because most of it is done off-site on the cloth as part of the paint days, the installation will go pretty quickly. So anybody who hasn't passed that intersection in a couple of days might have a surprise when they turn the corner.
It's one of those where you wake up and you go, when did they do that?
Yeah.
And once the mural is up, Eric, what kind of effect have you seen on a community from mural projects like this?
Well, we've done a lot of research. There's one neighborhood I worked in Philadelphia. It was a school, Hartraft Elementary School, and it was that part of the city was a recognized underfunded district, and the city wanted to make steps to turn that around. And another artist that I know had led the charge with this initiative. It was like a 3-year-long initiative to start bringing public art to the place. And every weekend, the school would get trashed, and there would be these horrible things that would happen, and graffiti all over. And I had the opportunity to start work in the same school 2 years later, and all those things, they were literally a thing in the past. But it was like a major initiative that transformed the space, and they planted an orchard in the middle of North Philadelphia. It was like a poor neighborhood of the city. And you slowly started to see those things change, and I think some of that could be attributed to the transformation of the school and sort of the pride over and the ownership of the mural that was a part of it, So you start to see, and then I did a project in Seville, Spain, as a part of it. It was a major public art event, and just being out there, we all got our own wall, 40 artists from over the world. People would come out left and right and offer walls, and by the end of it, we had twice as many walls. And the people who are street artists, they got to do like 3 or 4 different things. I was really jealous because like my murals take a lot of time to design, but it was a fantastic thing to witness, because it just kind of gave me an idea that, wow, this is worldwide. It can have this kind of effect, and just people came out of the woodwork offering up their walls and services.
Well, art is an international language, right?
Right, absolutely.
I mean, even though we all see different things in it, I mean, it speaks volumes. Now, when this is finished, there's going to be art contributed by 10, 15, 20, 100 different people.
Yeah, ideally, yes, absolutely.
See, that to me is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being able to take things people can do and want to do and have it turn out to look like it was meant to be that way.
Yeah. And made by one hand.
Yeah.
Sure.
I marvel at that.
In Maui too, I think one of our strengths is the individual characteristic of our small towns. But as an island, we're also small enough that, you know, you have experiences or interactions or maybe warm feelings towards a town even though you're not from there. And so this is a mural that's in Wailuku, but it sounds like it's also a project that all of Maui could be proud of. And so this public art movement, can you talk a little bit, Kelly, about how this fits in with what the Hui's doing maybe on a larger scale, or how this works into your mission?
Yeah. Well, our mission is to unlock creativity through exceptional visual arts education. And, you know, our vision is to create a space for community arts. And whether or not that's at the Hui or prompted by the Hui is equally beneficial to our community and to us. So, you know, what we ideally like to see is future collaborations with other organizations, whether they be, you know, in the arts or outside of the arts. Something we did last year was create a stickwork sculpture on the grounds of Hui Noeau, and we collaborated with the Maui Invasive Species Committee and the Department of Land and Natural Resources to use 3,000 saplings of invasive strawberry guava to create a beautiful, gigantic work of art. And now, you know, we're a free space. Children, people of all ages come and they run through this maze, was what they call it now, the maze, which we didn't realize it was a maze until a week after it was completed. Oh, perfect. Go play. And the beautiful thing is that we touched so many new lives. We kind of used the arts as a bridge to understanding this bigger problem that we have on the island, which is, you know, about conservation and kind of protecting our native species of plant. And this is not my area of expertise, but it offered us the opportunity to learn and grow, and the opportunity for hundreds of new patrons to come and put their hands on a piece of public art, and it made that relevant to them. So we're seeing in this mural process as well, we had an Instagram photo contest for 30 days, for example, where we challenged anyone in our online community to respond to daily themes, whether it was what's something worth preserving on Maui, what's something worth getting rid of on Maui, what does Pauhana on Maui look like and feel like to you? And we had hundreds and hundreds of submissions because it was a way to get people to visually share with us their ideas and concepts about what identifies Maui to them. And Eric's going to be integrating some of those into his piece. And for us, it's like mission accomplished. You know, we're getting all of these new people to express themselves and to create relationships with the Hui and unlock their creativity. And they're a part of this huge public idea, art project idea that we kind of tricked them into being a part of.
And meanwhile, Eric's gotten Maui immersion. I mean, first you got it virtually, and now you're here getting it from all your senses, all the angles.
And I'm seeing all the places I've heard about, and yeah.
And how's that been? Better than you've expected, or?
Yeah, I mean, you know, thanks to the graciousness of some people who've been good enough to take me around. I mean, it's been a huge information download the past few days, and I've only been here since Sunday, and I've gotten to see and do so much in that time, and hope to continue to do so this week. So it's better than I ever could have hoped it would go.
And so how can people, again, be a part of this project with you guys?
Several opportunities. So this Saturday and Sunday, we've got a teen intensive workshop, and we have scholarships available for any of our youth programs as a nonprofit. So folks should call me today or tomorrow if they want to be a part of that. My number is 572-6560. Tuesday is a free public paint day, Tuesday, October 16th from 1 to 4. Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we've got a mosaic making workshop, and product of that Eric will be leading will be installed and part of the final mural piece. Then another public paint day next Friday, free, and then the following weekend, a Teach the Teachers professional development workshop for anyone interested in kind of applying these skills in their own neighborhoods or classrooms, where he's going to teach how he does this pretty much. So everything is led by Eric, developed by Eric, implemented by Eric, kind of basically here as an artist in residence, offering our Maui community the tools that make Philadelphia such a successful art scene.
We are so lucky to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
We really are. We really are. I'm still just astounded at the idea that we're gonna be having children. I used kids too many times. Somebody said kids are little animals.
Oh,
Not, you talk about children. We're talking about children working on this. We're talking about amateurs, professionals.
Absolutely. That's the
And,
beauty.
and if it truly is paint by number, I could maybe even help.
Of course. Of course.
No, you don't want me anywhere near this. Trust me. Except to enjoy and admire. And I just can't say enough about somebody who can go out and do this. You're talking about less than a month.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time at all, but I work really good under time crunches like that. So
Do you get some time off when you finish?
I hopefully am looking forward to 4 days on the island when I'm done, and I'll do a little bit of traveling. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll take you out canoe paddling. You can
I'd
come out
love to.
paddling with
Oh, wait a
us.
minute.
good.
Was there a canoe in here? There must be a canoe somewhere.
There can be.
There can
Yeah.
be.
Can be
Maybe
now.
I
There you
need to
go.
get involved.
There you go. We'll see Kaimana down there with her.
Although maybe what's a more appropriate Wailuku vehicle? Maybe I have to be more thoughtful about this.
I see. This is Wailuku. This is what we're talking about in this mural.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah, okay. You're right. Wailuku sugar.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind.
Yeah. And the water.
Water. He nailed it. His first thing being water. I think that was.
See, Susie, you just contributed to the Maui Mural Project.
There you
Oh
go.
my
Mission
gosh.
accomplished.
Woo! Boy, and we did that just in time because we just ran out of time for you guys. This is fabulous. Eric, thank you so much for being
Thank
with
you
us.
for
And
having us.
Kelly, I always learn so much from you.
Thank you.
It's a
Ditto.
pleasure to have you here. And good luck with your project, and we look forward to stopping at the stoplight and having a chance to really look at it.
Sounds good. Thank you very
Since
much.
my office is on that block, I can just walk up and stare at it. That's what I'm looking forward to. Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and enjoy your time here afterwards, and I'm sure you will. I hope we can live up to our reputation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Joining.
Ivalu.
Go ahead. No, yeah, we're on the air.
Okay.
And we're going to have in the second half here, we've got Cesar Gaxiola is here with us. He's the executive director of the J. Walter Cameron Center. And I think did I see you sitting back there shuffling cards?
Yes, I was.
You're,
Yeah,
you're practicing.
we're getting ready for the casino night, so we're practicing some of the poker and stuff like that.
Yeah, I watched how you were manipulating those cards. and just, it's like, he's slick.
If you mean iPhone when you're talking about it. No, I'm just kidding.
So how's it coming? The plans are well underway, and this is, how many times have you done this now?
This is our second time.
Oh, is
yeah.
this the second?
Second, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, second.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking somebody else used to do it, or maybe some other group still does it.
Could be, yeah.
But you were on last year when we talked about casino night.
Yeah, definitely. And then, of course, we done a couple other fundraisers, yeah. So maybe that was the thing.
That could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like once something takes hold, it's like you've done it forever because it's so
Yes.
successful, and it's the place you want to go, the place you want to be. And so this is taking place on Saturday, October 20th.
Yes, that's correct. And King Kamehameha Golf Club.
Okay.
And so we're going to be there from 6 p.m. with dinner, entertainment, and everything is fun. And the casino night, playing a little bit of bingo and poker and let it ride.
And can people
Let it
and,
ride.
and can people come in costume?
Of course, yes.
Oh.
Last year we had some people that came in costume, and yeah, that was fantastic. I saw a cat running down the hallway, and
A lucky cat.
a
Whoa.
lucky cat, and then I saw a poker car.
Yeah.
Dancing, and I thought, wow, that's a nice car.
And there's also a dinner. So there's gambling and dinner. And
Is there dancing and so forth too?
Oh yes, dancing. Yeah, dancing was one of the main things of the night. We had a large group. I think it was about 60 couples just dancing, and we had Elvis. Elvis was singing. The whole band was there.
and it's appropriate that it's at Marilyn Monroe's house, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. And so with the type of music, it's like the feeling of being in Nevada, forget the name of the city.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And we're not going to say it, are we? No. The event's called Viva Las Vegas Night.
Oh yeah, you said it
There
right.
it is,
on,
right
yeah.
there. Well, that's cool. So now anyone can go.
Anyone can go, and if anybody's interested, please give us a phone call at 244-5546, or you can check us online. You can go to jwaltercameroncenter.org, and get more information in there. You can also see us on Facebook. We do have a web page there. I mean, a page there,
Mm-hmm.
and
And when I saw you, when you weren't shuffling cards, you were playing with your
iPhone.
phone there. Were you tweeting and all that kind of stuff?
Actually, yeah, I was tweeting and Facebooking, and
You
Getting the word out.
It's the-
you guys, it's just amazing to me how you can do that. Just anywhere, anytime. There it goes.
Instagram, Pat, Foursquare.
He's got you stopped, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
But I've been on Facebook since it started.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Because
Because I was in college when it started.
Really?
And then all you other
Oh.
people were allowed to join
Oh,
with your
oh.
non.edu.
Oh.
When they opened it
Oh.
up to non-students, it was a big deal for us students.
Really?
Yeah, because then the thought that your mom could be on Facebook, when you're in college, that's the last thing you want, is your mom to be on Facebook.
Why? Because of what you put on Facebook?
Yeah, it was our little community that we could share and
Gossip.
yeah, and it wasn't just a part of their lives. It was something unique to our generation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it used to be that you used to have a .edu email address to be able to join.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
there were big
Ah.
protests within Facebook when it got open to non-students.
So did that start out as a test? Like trying out something, and so they started with the
Facebook
schools.
just does whatever they want.
They just jumped in.
Yeah. So it did start. It started at Stanford, and then it was at East Coast colleges, and every couple of weeks they would add new colleges, and then
Spread
then
out.
it was all across the country. And then they started letting staff, and you could identify as. It used to be that you would put your dorm number and
Yeah.
what classes you had. I mean, it was very much a college-geared social
Yeah.
network, and I mean, we know what it
Interesting.
is now. It's way more powerful now. I'm glad that it's evolved the way that it has, because I use it to further
Yeah.
my mission with my nonprofit and leverage support, and I mean, it's just another tool of communication.
Didn't we see something about a billion
Billion active users.
Yes.
billion active
Last
users?
week, I think
Last
was.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, and you're right. Especially for nonprofits, it has
It's
become
free.
a tool.
Yeah.
You can load pictures. You can talk about your projects, and it's
You can
just
post polls. You can
Yeah.
ask questions. You can communicate. On Monday, we had 2 canoes pushed out to sea,
Mm-hmm.
and we needed help bringing them back. And I put it on Facebook, and we had 5 people down there,
Wow.
apt to help.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And I can't email, blast, call, or do any of that and reach the same amount of people.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I know
Because-
we've kind of hijacked his.
Everybody's
event,
checking
but-
Facebook, and actually now with the smartphones, if somebody says something or puts something, you get it on your iPhone right away. So
Yep.
you can check on that.
So do you have certain things that you're interested in that you would get alerts for those, or you just everything?
I guess anytime somebody mentions your name or something, it goes in there.
You can set filters to
Yeah.
what you're alerted to,
Yeah.
and so if you're mentioned, if you kind of want to control a little bit what's being said or about you
Yeah.
or sent to you, then you can be notified. If you don't care so much, then you can not be notified
Yeah.
and just check when you want to
Check, yeah.
check. Yeah.
But that's a good thing. Yeah, it has all those filters, all those settings that you can go and check or uncheck or whatever. And sometimes you might like it, but then if you get too many calls, too many messages, you can go and
Right.
check some of them, and then the messages go down. Yeah.
And there's really thoughtful ways, I think with nonprofits,
Mm-hmm.
I really loved Kelly's, Instagram contest. I think that that's a really effective way to get people, like she said, to unlock their creativity. I wish, my head started turning about what are things that I could do with my nonprofit to, further the mission, further our vision, communicate our programs, but let it really be about people who know about our program kind of helping to create that.
Yeah.
And I know you come from an organization where there's lots of different nonprofits in one place.
In one place, yeah.
Right?
So we have 16 right now, and yeah, so I guess that's the thing sometimes, trying to get into the common ground, because sometimes it's education. Sorry, sometimes it's education, and sometimes it's just health related, or can be on housing. So we all across, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so-
Hang on to that thought. We'll get into it a little further right after the break.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
Thank you, Paul. I just love listening to him do his commercials. He's got such a great voice for radio, doesn't he?
And Pacific Source, what a great company.
And they've been so good to us. This is we're finishing up our third year with them as our sponsors.
Wow.
And we love them, and we love what they do, and I love the stuff they have in their showroom.
Have you been to their showroom at Waikapu
yes.
Base Yard?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. My house is only 6 years old, but I want to redo it.
Oh, my house, exactly. My house is brand new. My husband's a general contractor, so he knows how to do everything. I just need him to buy the things at Pacific Source so they can appear in my house.
Any hints? No.
No.
Yeah. He listens to the show, right,
Yeah.
when you're on?
Yes.
Good.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
All right.
oh, good.
You hear that, Aaron Brummel?
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Very
Whoa.
direct.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to casino night. Well, the Cameron Center we were talking about, all the different programs and the organizations that are housed over there, and you've got 16 different organizations?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, we
Is that
have
a full house?
full house. Yes.
To use our casino lingo,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's
Sorry
a good-
about that.
No, it's okay.
That was a good one, Susie.
Yeah, full house. Yes.
That's terrific. Now you've done a lot of renovating over there and upgrading to be more energy efficient and to control your costs, because that's always a big thing with nonprofits. And since you're the house of nonprofits,
The house of nonprofit.
I got to get off this.
Yeah, you're killing me. Yes, yeah. It was one of the things, energy efficiency and being environmentally friendly, ADA compliance, and all of those things. Looking into savings, and so we have put in, I would say, close to $4 million in the past about 5 years.
Wow.
And so from PV to lighting to retrofitting some of the appliances and
Plumbing.
dryers.
You did a lot of
plumbing and
electrical upgrading.
electricals. Yeah.
It's kind of like rebuilding the whole center.
Well, and today's prices, no, really.
Okay. That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's good now for another 20 years.
Yes, definitely will be good for another 20 years. We're not done though.
Actually?
No, actually.
What's next?
What we did, that was about 45% of the rehab. So I still need to go and get additional funding to reach the 100%. The next thing is the windows. We had those yellow sea windows, and so the cool air escapes and the dust goes in, and we have all those things, and then the noise, of course, too.
Sure.
And so the windows alone, for example, is just close to $1 million. Just in windows.
You could save some money on speed bumps and work on your windows. I had to drive down that road this morning, and it's like, Cesar, what, did you get a special deal? The more you buy, the cheaper they are or something? But
Yeah.
I understand that people do kind of sometimes make that a raceway. Or it seems like it if you don't have those.
They do, and then with the type of services that we have there, some of the clients they don't know sometimes where they're walking or when they're crossing the
Right.
road, so we have to make sure that people is driving slow, at least 10 to 15 miles, and some people wants to go like 25, and some people even 40.
Yeah.
So we have to put those speed bumps, just for safety.
Yeah. No, I understand they have to be there, but it's like, oh my gosh, I'm glad he doesn't live on my street. No, but we understand. You've got disabled folks, you've got a handicap, you've got
Kids.
Kids,
right?
Yeah, senior citizens, and people with walkers and stuff.
Right. And then with your public meeting rooms that you have, you have some people who come just once a year or whatever, and they're hunting for parking, or they pull in wrong and
Yes.
back out 3 times to try to straighten up. I've seen that over there too.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you pay attention, huh?
Yeah, I do. You have to.
I think
Yes.
everyone on Maui's had some sort of, they've been to the Cameron Center at least once, and maybe they didn't really understand what it all means. That
yeah.
space, they just think they're visiting one office, but really it's,
Yeah,
it's a place where a lot of people come together to do good.
we get that a lot. We sometimes we get people walk into the office and say, "I'm here for my appointment at 1." And we say, "With who?" Susie. Oh, Susie who? Where she works, and then we show this car, and we saw that she works for Arcomawi, American Cancer, American Lung, and we go down the list, and they go, oh, they start scratching their hair. Is this related to health or education? And
That's
Wow.
true. I'll bet.
So
Yes.
you have really good front end management.
yes,
They're problem solvers up there.
Well, the staff there, they know each of the agencies, and they know the staff, and they know some of the programs, so they're able to tell people, okay, if you're looking for this, you gotta go to this agency and talk to this person, so that's kind of like the main office where people comes and looks for the actual
Right.
service.
Well, being Maui, we aren't familiar with buildings that house more than 2 or 3 things, or
Yeah.
2 or 3 offices, or 2 or 3 businesses. And so to think there's 16 there, plus the meeting rooms, which are open to the public,
Yes.
you could be coming to see somebody make a presentation on something, and they're in a meeting room.
Yes.
They aren't in an office.
So the best way we describe it to people, we tell people, you've been in Maui Mall or Kahumanu or in a place like that, and they say yes. Boy, it's the same thing, but instead of going for shopping, you're going to seek a service or receive a program. Oh, okay.
That's a great way to put
Yeah.
it.
Then
That's
they
good.
go,
That's good.
And there's even a pool.
Yes, we have a therapy pool there, the Simply Healthy Cafe, also with healthy meals, no sugar, so low sugar and no fat. So
But you can sneak some salt in and things, and
Tabasco,
Tabasco,
so,
chili pepper water.
chili pepper. We grow chilies in the back, so you can walk to the back and
Oh,
cut some
do you
chili.
really?
Yeah.
But I was over at MEO for 7.5 years, and I didn't know there was a pool there until probably the last year.
Really?
I took my swimming lessons there when I was 2.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Infant swimming lessons. Do they still have those, or is it just adult therapy?
Oh, I'm not sure, but we do open the 5 days a week. Juveno que lo pone runs the program,
Oh, okay.
and so yeah, they have different therapists. And I guess depends the age and the type of exercises. One of the things though is that we gotta keep the water 92 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people like just to be in the water there because 92 degrees.
That's warm.
Comfortable,
That's warm.
yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
So now, once somebody comes into your agency or into the center, they stay. You have very little movement of people moving out to other facilities, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, once they come in, they stay. Actually, some of the agencies been there with us since the beginning. Kalima Maui, Arco Maui, American Cancer. So some of them they've been there since 1973.
Wow.
And so the ones they come in, they can stay. And so that's a place, and that's what we want. We want a place where a person can walk in and can see not one service or one program, but they can go in and look around into 100 different programs and so
Right.
many different services.
And there's some relationships between these different agencies. So they may send you to another agency within the center to help you better or more with whatever your need is.
That's correct. Yeah, there is a lot of collaboration and support between the agencies, and then of course because of the ages sometimes, like MUA Family Services might work with a family up to certain age. Then after that, the family might go to Kalima or Maui or a different agency.
Right.
And so sometimes you have families also go to American Cancer and, then might go into Best Buddies or Mediation Services, a Kiki's Dream.
Or Pacific Cancer Foundation.
Pacific Cancer Foundation.
Right.
So, it's all around, yeah. And so they have the different events. Once a year we do the Huayno organizes the Wailuku Health Fair. And so all the agencies get together in the center, and they invite agencies from the outside the community too, and they use a courtyard in the center of the Cameron Center to offer all the different services to the public and everything. Yeah.
There's a courtyard in there?
Yes.
Near the pool, Susie.
Near the pool.
Yeah.
I need to get out more.
Yes.
I shouldn't just drive by. I should stop and go in and take a look. Well, I've been to the Healthy Cafe, but you don't necessarily see the center, the courtyard from there. It's part of it.
A part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, part of it.
And
Yeah.
so if someone supports, a Keki's Dream, Heritage Hall, or MUA Family Services, Kalima, in a way, if they want to help support those agencies, they can also come to your fundraiser, because that in a way is supporting you guys, but it's really supporting those agencies as well.
That's correct, and the way we do it is for the agencies, we just pay a monthly assessment. So instead of the agency, let's say, paying like $3, $4 per square foot, when it comes to the center, it's $1, and we include everything: the water, the electricity, the parking, the meeting facilities,
Wow.
the office space, the program space, common areas.
And all the maintenance as well.
The maintenance, light bulb doesn't go on. We send our maintenance person to replace it, and so everything is included just for that.
For just $1.
Just $1, yeah.
Wow.
But that saves a lot on the part of the agency
And they
in
can-
trying to find those services to come
Right.
take care of stuff.
Right,
Yes.
and they can spend their money on direct services
Yeah, and
instead
the-
of their overhead.
And that's what happens. Yeah, they use all the dollars to go to the services, and then the other thing too is more on the for the client, the family, one parking stall, one place, and then you're able to walk into so many different agencies, so many different services. You might have somebody in the family that goes to see a specific agency, and then all of a sudden they say, "Oh, I see this other agency here, and they have a service for my uncle or for my auntie or somebody in the family."
Stop in and pick up some information
Yes,
on it
yeah.
to take home to 'em.
So that's the I think the convenience, the part for the client, instead of driving around or going into Wailuku, Kahului, or Pai, or whatever it might be. So it's just one place, one location, one stop. Yeah.
That makes a really strong case for us to support you at your next Saturday, the 20th, at your casino night.
Definitely, yeah.
And individual tickets are $125, includes all the fun you can have for the evening. And again, that phone number is 244-5546, or check them out on
www.jwaltercameroncenter.org.
Or Facebook, or Twitter, or Instagram.
Pat, Foursquare.
Foursquare, there you go. Is
He's
there
everywhere.
one check-in for Cameron Center, or does every agency have a check-in?
I
you know?
think every agency has a check-in.
Oh.
But you can you can log into Cameron Center and then link into all the agencies.
Wow.
Yeah, so you just can go into the web page and it's gonna go, and then you click on the agency and it will take you to their website.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyone who gets services from these agencies or support these agencies or supports the Cameron Center should support you at this fundraiser. Is this your biggest fundraiser of the year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
our biggest. We do participate in the Hyundai golf tournament in January, but that is organized through the Kapalua charities, and we do participate just with the parking and stuff. Yeah, but this is our biggest fundraiser.
Wow.
And it's
Yeah.
21 and over.
21 and older, And
No sneaking in, no fake IDs.
no fake
fake
IDs or anything like that. Yes. So
Do you know what? Can you tell us what's on the menu? Have you guys selected your menu?
on the menu we did, and I don't have it with me. I'm sorry.
But it's gonna be delicious,
Definitely,
and that's
yes.
included in the dinner ticket.
It is included in the dinner ticket. Yes.
And people should bring cash to buy their Las Vegas drinks.
The Las Vegas. Oh, credit cards. I think you can do credit
Credit
cards
card.
too. Yeah.
Oh,
Can I-
even better.
Ooh.
Open
Yeah.
a tab.
Open a
Ooh.
tab.
Is there
yeah.
bottle service?
Yes.
Are you
yeah.
familiar
it's
with
King,
that?
King Kamehameha. Yeah. No. it's-
So you've got a silent and a live auction. Anything exciting in there?
Anything exciting in there? Yes, we have a package from KBH for 3 nights, and I think includes the state and also the breakfast and lunch for 2, and then including with that is a self-storage for 6 months.
Ah,
And we have some other things with it, including with the packet, and we have I think two for the live auction and menu for the silent auction.
wow. Interesting.
Yes. No, it's gonna be a fun night. Last year we have people talking for several months, with their dancing and playing and enjoying themselves.
And people who want their Vegas fix without getting on the plane.
Yes.
This is it. There's no other opportunities really to gamble because there's no gambling in Hawaii.
No need to put yourself, for 7 hours on a plane or anything like that. Just come and see us. Just drive 10 miles,
Right.
Come and see us at King Kamehameha.
And what happens there stays there.
Oh.
It does not go on.
You got it.
It
yes.
does not go on Twitter or.
No. It doesn't go on Twitter or anything like that.
You don't have a social media team at this event.
No social media. Yeah, we ask everybody, leave your cameras behind.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
But they can come in costume.
They can definitely come in costume. Last year we had the cat running, meowing around.
Meowing around. Gotcha.
And Elvis.
Elvis, and we had a poker car running around too.
Elvis is in the house. Okay, well, Cesar, it sounds like a fun evening. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and find out what's the latest and greatest at Cameron Center. Thank you very much. And one more time, that phone number for tickets or for information about the Cameron Center, 244-5546. Kamana, you want to start to close us out?
Oh, yes. Well, first, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Maui Nonprofits Notes. This show is sponsored by Pacific Source, the builder's choice. If you are building or remodeling your home, please stop by their showroom in the Waikapu Base Yard. Maui Nonprofit Directors Association's mission is to provide personal and professional support to nonprofit executive directors, their organization, and the community of Maui.
And today we visited with Cesar Gaxiola of J. Walter Cameron Center, and Kelly McHugh and Eric Oakday. How about that? We finally got it right. And everybody be on the lookout for that mural project. It's coming up over the next 3 weeks. You'll see something happening on that building. We encourage everyone to get involved by giving, advocating, or volunteering for your favorite nonprofit. Do it today. What are you waiting for? Please visit our website at www.mauinonprofit.org for a list of member agencies. Mahalo for tuning in, and don't forget to join us again next week at noon right here on KAOI Radio, 1110 AM, 96.7 FM, when we'll be featuring representatives of 2 more member agencies of the Maui Nonprofit Directors Association. Until then, I'm Susie Tiemann.
And I'm Kaimana Brummel.
And Cesar Gagiola, thank you.
And Gary at the controls. Thanks for joining us. Aloha and have a great week.